Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Odira KD Review, back again with another video, and we actually got a full trailer, like an actual trailer for Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is kind of confusing because we already have a series like that on Nick, but shouldn't this be called Out of the Sewers? But then I realized we actually have another season called Out of the Sewer, so I guess we're going to deal with Tales as is. For those of you who don't know, this is actually the spin-off to the actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie that came out last year, and is going to be showing the lives of the four turtles, Leo, Donnie, Mikey, and Raph, as they're trying to deal with high school in their own separate ways. Like, they're not going to be together as a unit or as a team. But in this case, I kind of want to see how this goes because they said we're going to get a movie, 2 seasons of this show, and then we get into the actual sequel. And this makes me wonder, okay, so this is going to be like the growth phase of the characters because the same actors who voiced them in the movie are actually voicing them in the animation. And I wonder what it's going to be like now that each of them are on their own and this new way we're looking at the Turtles, because we've seen them in the sewers, we've seen them underground, but now everybody knows who they are. And who knows if we're going to see some origin stories of new villains or returning villains that we haven't seen yet. So let's take a look.
All right, boys. Let's do this. Mutants are the coolest.
There's Leo the leader.
We need a plan.
Raph the muscle.
They've got a lot of anger.
It's fun, even in 2D, it still resembles the 3D Spider-Verse aesthetic.
And you. What do you do again? I bring a certain je ne sais quoi. Party over here.
In a new series exclusively on Paramount Plus.
I need new butts to kick.
The greatest, bravest teenage brothers are forced to fight solo.
I've never done anything like this without my brothers.
You have fallen into my traps, for I am Bishop.
What, like one name? That's kind of sick.
Bishop. For a second, I was going to say, is that a way to reintroduce, like, the Mouser joins?
I think we should talk about it before we do, you know? Let's go!
From the studio that brought you TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
All mutants must be destroyed.
Did you just say you want to exterminate us? I have to find my brothers. I have to save them.
Comes a new tale where the Turtles must reunite to save mutant kind.
Even if we run into trouble, there's nothing we can't handle together.
What is that thing supposed to be?
Someone should go check it out.
Not it.
What?
Don't miss.
Yeah,
Tales of the
same
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
camaraderie as the
Full
movies, too.
episode event, streaming August 9th, only on Paramount Plus.
I forgot about the party. I don't have my costume.
Well, technically your whole, thing is a costume.
The little bit that they showed, I actually kind of like that it's still within, it's that world, and it doesn't make it seem any different from the other TV series because we've seen more recently what they do with Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2D animation. I'm not too big on it. I've seen the movie, but I haven't watched the show. The movie, stylistic on its own, but the show, the little bits and pieces I've seen from it, I haven't connected to it as much as everybody did because I know that's one that everybody's like, I wish you didn't cancel that one and you gave it its time, like the 2012 series, because that series, that's one I can actually say is on par with the 2003 series. But with this, I'm looking at it in its own version, just like the movie, because the movie gave a new origin story and a new way to look at the Turtles. But in this show, I want to see, okay, so we've seen them as a team, but now we're going to see them all separated from each other, either doing their own thing until they have to reunite by the very end. And also, it also gives a bit of character growth because you got to remember, they're out of high school and they're actually fighting crime. And the world knows who they are. And spoilers from the last movie, Cynthia Utrom actually looks at them saying, okay, we got them on lock, so we're going to have to bring somebody in. And they're bringing in the Shredder for the next one. So we're like, okay, so now we know that the Shredder's coming in for the next one. And what's going to be the big conflict? Because we've seen them together as brothers, but what's it going to be like when they're all separated and they don't have to rely on one another? We haven't seen that yet, I guess, in the Turtles franchise. I know we've seen Leo and Raph fight every once in a while, but we haven't seen a thing where all four brothers are not together as one, if that makes any sense. And who knows, we might see some returning characters from it, because what it looks like, we've seen the Turtles, April, and on the poster we see Splinter, But who knows if we're gonna see anybody else like Bebop and Rocksteady, Leatherhead, some of the other, I guess, revamped mutants that are actually good now in this movie, but I'm not sure if we're going to see them pop up in the anime series. Who knows if we're going to see some newer characters, because I know we're seeing them fighting robots. Who knows if, in case, I'm going to just call this right now, who knows if at one point Donnie doesn't get a hold of one of those machines, puts a mask on it, and calls it Metalhead? You never know. Who knows if that might happen. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. All my social media down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Cowabunga!